Hello and welcome to a brand new Let's Play in EU4. This is with the new expansion, Common Sense, and I'll be playing as Teutonic Order. And the reason for that is that I wish to go for a couple of achievements that they've got. One is to take over the entire Russian region. Well, it says Russia. Now, Russia doesn't exist. I'm assuming it's Russian region, which is all of this. And you have to do that as either the Teutonic Order or Livonian Order. And I believe Teutonic Order will probably be a bit more fun, because I would also like to form Russia and get 125% discipline for the A Fine Goosestep achievement. So we're going to be Baltic Crusader, so I'm going to grab all of that. We have to do it in a certain order as well. So we have to do it as Teutonic Order. We have to go and convert all of the Russian region, core it, so grab all the Russian region and core it, and then turn it into Catholic. So we have to just stick to Teutonic Orders to do that, and also need to get religious ideas to do that as well. Then we can change to Prussian, because to get to Prussian you have to be Reformed or you have to be Protestant. So I have to do all this first, then kind of convert it all back by actually agreeing to be Protestant or Reformed, to then become Prussia, and from that get a Fine Goosestep. And to do that I need to have a specific set of ideas as well. So we need to go for quality to get 5% discipline, offensive to get 5% discipline. Being Prussia gives us 7.5%. We then need to go for religious and economic, because both of those have policies which, whilst linked with, I think it's offensive, could be quality, one of these two, gives you another few percentage points to make it to 125% on top of the 7.5% that Prussia itself gives you. So there's a very specific set of orders, and the good thing is religious is kind of needed because I want us to convert everything really quickly. Teutonic Order, they give us a few buffs to converting, so it's all good. And the one thing I do like about economic is that it reduces development cost. Now development is something new, and I'll go into this. But yeah, the main thing, we'll go through Teutonic Order for now, and I'll explain other bits as we go along, because we do have a bit of time before anything really kind of kicks off. So Teutonic Order, first things first. Got traditions, which are plus 10% cavalry compatibility and 5% discipline straight off the bat. It's a very kind of offensive and defensive nation. It's very good for that. When we finish all of our ideas off, we get 5% reduced tech cost, which is very nice. We should probably have finished those off before we do it, before we convert back, because I think going to Prussia might be a bit late in the game, just to make sure these guys don't get it. So, reform the army, minus 10% infantry cost and cavalry cost. Recruit presence, plus 15% manpower recovery speed. Adjust our infantry tactics, plus 10% combat ability for infantry. Assume religious authority, plus 2% missionary strength and 1 papal influence. So again, it's about converting. So it really does help for us to go over there, take all this orthodox land and convert it over. Expand the marches, plus 15% fort defence, which is very nice. Promote Prussian bishops and other missionary, and 1 state, 1 religion, plus 1 tolerance of the true faith. Now, one thing to note is that we could also get a few other achievements. One is to get 1 million manpower. Might be able to get that by doing this kind of area. The other one is to get 3 vassals and 2 marches. We could probably do that as well, full house, which would be quite nice. So the other section that's changed as well is that we're also playing as Teutonic Order, because we are a theocracy, and theocracies were updated in this expansion. Is it an expansion? It's kind of an extended DLC or a mini expansion. I'm not sure how you really want to call it. And one thing that's actually been changed is theocracies. So we are a monastic order. There's also the papacy, I think it is. Yeah, they're a papacy. And there is another one, can't remember what it is off the top of my head. But we are a monastic order. And what this means is that we are ruled by the religious elite. We are very religious. We are all about God. We fight for God, basically. Do the knights exist somewhere around here? What are the knights? They might be something. Just monastic order as well. Yeah, so we fight for God. We are all about religion, all about God. So I might try and get an alliance with Papal State at some point. We definitely want to keep our relations up high. That could be a bit of an issue, having it this far away. Definitely want to keep our relations high, not for any real reason, apart from I just think that's the right thing to do, because we are all about God, all about Christianity. Livonian Order is another section, another one as well, but I don't know if we're going to alloy them straight away. We shall see. So from this, we gain minus 20% fort maintenance, plus 1 tolerance of the true faith, and minus 0.05 monthly autonomy change. which you can see there. We cannot go up, we have to stay as a duchy. We cannot be anything else. There's 3 ranks in the game now. Independent nations are duchies. You can then become a kingdom, and you can then become an empire. Within the HRE, you cannot be anything apart from anything above a kingdom, I think. Anything above the duchy, sorry. Nothing above a duchy. So if you are anything above a duchy, you are reduced down to a duchy if you become part of the HRE, which is fine for us, because I will most likely join the HRE to kind of give me a bit of defence. Ally with Austria, ally with Hungary, that's what I'm thinking. Probably ally with Saxony, because they usually like me from the start. That leaves a 4th slot. I'm not quite sure who to use that against. Normally Livonian Order, but I'm actually thinking of pushing that way to get some bit of land, because I need to push this way. Gotta go over here. Okay, so that's the government sorted I talked about. Forts. Yes, forts. This is a new change. Note, got new icons. So that's for forts, for castles, for defence. Also, these change as you upgrade, which I'll come back to later. These actually do more buildings are formed. But look, I have the unit pack. Teutonic Order looks amazing. I've got it for a few of them. You should see quite a few different ones as we go along. I'll come back to these. Let's play a little bit of the game. I'll come back to the forts a bit later. So first of all, I want to get rid of my transport. I don't need transports. That's not going to be needed just yet. Galleys, we can mothball. Nothing new there. I'll get you guys to go to... We're collecting in Baltic Sea. Go from that, it actually reduce our income. So it says the biggest change will be Novgorod. So let's go to Novgorod. We're pushing from Krakow, I think. And we're pushing from Novgorod. So we'll continue with that. And I would like to build a couple of units. We've got space for 5 more units. So I'm thinking definitely 1 more cavalry and a few more infantry. That seems good. And probably reduce this down eventually. We're paying 3.2 for our forts. Now I will need to reduce that down, I think, just to get a bit more money. One thing that did change as well, by the way, is taxation. At the very, very top there, independent nation plus 1 ducat a month. Anyone who's an independent nation now gains 1 ducat, and they've reduced some other things as to kind of balance that out a little bit. But what it means is that as a small 1 province minor, for instance, you get 1 ducat. As Castile, you get in 1 ducat. So for a bigger country, it means nothing. For smaller countries, it gives them a little bit of a bonus so they can actually start doing things a bit earlier on, which is nice. Yes, make our weapons. I wonder if they haven't got different icons, have they, for different things? No, it's just creating. I wonder if they'd be ironing out ironing, as in like smacking the iron. Hooves is what I was hoping for there, but it seems not. We can create a proper fleet. We could probably do that. Oh, that's the thing as well. They've changed the missions a lot. Instead of being here's 5 tradition, here's 5 diplo points, they actually do an effect that's based on what you're doing. So you create a proper fleet, 75% of your force limit, then reduce your shipbuilding time and ship costs by 15% for 10 years. Brilliant. So if I papal relations, more papal influence for 10 years. Conquer Coburg, you get more manpower recovery and more prestige. You know, it's just more generalised things that actually just seem to make a bit more sense rather than his 15 manpower. Here's 15 military power. Very nice. The final point actually about us as a monastic order is that we have devotion. We don't have legitimacy, anything like that. We have devotion. And devotion represents the zeal of the faith inside our country. The higher it is, the more efficient our theocracy will run. This level of devotion gives the following effects: more tax, more prestige, and more papal influence. And as you can see, it's 1-to-1 for prestige and influence, and it's 0.25% for tax modifiers. We want to keep it up high. That's all based on us being religious. We want to keep it as high as we can. There's a lot of missions, a lot of pop-ups that come up about it. We want to keep it high. There's no real negative to keeping it high. It's just hard to do because there's a lot of things to try and bring it down. So I was just saying about different ranks. The higher ranks basically multiply these things up. This becomes 5, I think it goes 10 to 15. So it makes it much nicer and it increases these. However, we're not going to see that, so don't worry too much about it. Our leader is Hochmeister Konrad von Elkschalchen. Sounds pretty fruity to me. We want to make some allies. We want to make some more ships as well. Embark. Actually, let's accept a mission. More papal influence would be nice. I think ship cost reduction would be good to do, so let's go for create a proper fleet, because I'm going to do that anyway. Barks. Ships take a lot longer to build now. 350 days there. And the reason behind that is to do with construction and stuff, but we'll come back to that a little bit later when we can actually do things to do with that. So building this, building there, you're going off, you're reduced down. Right, Austria. Let's improve some relations with Austria straight off the bat. Hungary, want to ally with you, not going to happen. We would like to change this, we definitely want Poland. 100% Poland. We don't do Brandenburg yet. Probably be someone like Pomerania and Brandenburg as the next two. Livonian will want to ally with us, not going to happen just at the moment. Get an alliance with Saxony. See how things go. 1 second, what's that? They can East Baltic Sea against sail to Gulf of Finland, protecting trade node. I've not seen that image before at all. That must be a new image. Protecting trade node. We'll say it's that. Livonian order do want to ally. Not quite sure. So we need an heir. We have no heir. The only way to have an heir is to recruit someone. Heirs are recruited in. They are not bred. We do not have babies. We recruit people, and that really means you pretty much would never have a regency council, which is something people hate. So that's good, I think. So these are the options every single time, and they have the same effect. However, the numbers are random. So it's question mark, question mark, question mark. They're all strong claim. It's all brilliant. So a local noble means we lose some devotion but gain prestige because they're a man of the people. A foreign noble means that we nothing changes, but a random nation. It's been Lithuania every single time. It's meant to be random, I think, but it's been Lithuania every single time. Plus 50 relations with them. A merchant's son, gain money but lose devotion. We're a talented theologian, we gain devotion. A local preacher, we gain a lot of devotion and lose some prestige. Or a papal protege, we gain a papal influence. Now for me, we're max devotion, so there's no point gaining any more of that. We could possibly gain some prestige, or we could try and improve relations. Now it's Lithuania. I think Lithuania don't really want to just know us at all, although it would kind of be nice to get them on our side. The issue is if these two actually ever do manage to get together, it's not going to help us at all. So what I'm thinking is we cannot do royal marriages either, by the way, so the whole them taking over us, it's fine. Gain 10 devotion, gain papal influence. Let's go with Lithuanians. Let's get Jagiellon family in. So up to 133. Brilliant. So we're currently at a 212. We're going to become a 133 when he dies. And he is 51. Ah, there's no age. That's a bit strange. Normally there is some sort of age. There is not an age there. So my thoughts are we could attack here a little bit when we get our claims not up, and then actually go and attack Livonian order. Because we should be able to beat them. They normally ally with Riga, but that's it. I'm thinking maybe try and take that before Sweden and Denmark and all that stuff do. Kind of just try and push in there, as opposed to allying with them and have them on our side. Because I don't feel like they're actually that strong. Though it does mean probably Lithuania are going to push for them. Could be an issue. So sort of let them take Osel. Yeah, might do that. So we're going to cancel that. The other thing we're going to do is actually reduce the cost of our forts, and I will explain about them a bit later on. But let's mothball all the forts because they are costing us 3.2 a month, and we're not at war. So let's just leave them out for now. And we'll carry on for a bit. Who else want to improve relations? We've got an alliance there. I'd like to get an alliance here, so let's improve relations again. Let's see, Mecklenburg. They do usually want to have an alliance with us. I don't know if they're the best ones. Bohemia do like me, and they hate Austria, Hungary, and Bavaria. Probably not the best people to have on my side, because they hate these two, and that'll probably just get me out. So we could have Mecklenburg. They hate Lüneburg, Hansa, and Brandenburg. It's good to go against Brandenburg, that is nice. I would like to just get Brandenburg under control, because I think they're probably the biggest threat, apart from Poland, Lithuania, obviously. Ottomans can't do much about me, and Hungary. Muscovy, Ottomans, and Golden Horde, good. Who hates Pomerania? Brandenburg and Mecklenburg. I just think if I ally with Mecklenburg, they're going to want to take on some of Pomerania. So I think for now, probably just leave that off. We can hire a military leader, but we shall not. Yes, once we recruit our dudes, our army, Austria and Hungary should like us a bit more. Ah, Bohemia. I can't. Sorry. They're going to probably hate me now. Or soon. Rejected alliance. It's terrible news. Speed up a little bit. Who's this? Verdun. Verdun's a new country, by the way. They are here. We shall not accept theirs either. France, Burgundy's been split up a bit. They actually have vassals. All this area here is vassalized. You've got Holland, you've got Brabant, and you've got Flanders. That's all part of Burgundy, but it's not actually Burgundy itself. Italian region has been expanded quite a bit as well. There's been changes to the HRE, which we'll probably come to at some point. But the main difference is really that you have 3 city-states. Single province minors, they cannot be more than 1 province. And it gives them huge bonuses, and also gives the HRE bonuses. And the HRE now, they gain it a tick points every single month, based on how many free cities they've got, and how many members are in the HRE, and how many bits of land are not part of the HRE. So our aim is to join the HRE, to get that defence on our side, and go from there. Friesland has become a free city of the HRE. Okay, people like us a bit more now. We should be making some good money. 4.73. Maintenance. Better relations over to diplomatic reputation would be nice. Would be nice if we can get a +1 for that. More prestige, lower stability cost modifier. I think morale of armies is always a good one to get. We're at 546. Oh yeah, and also the first ideas come at 5 now, as opposed to 4. That's an intentional change as well. So now 5. We still building? At one point, it does take quite a while now to build these. Dum 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 dum. 20 required. Build me a fleet. Okay, so forts. Forts. I was just hoping these guys will ally with me soon. 1924, 2532. Yeah, that. If we could get this guy as a +1, we'd be able to ally these really quickly. This is here. We can pay their hiring cost. Yeah, pay the hiring cost to kick them out. Next month, someone else comes in, which is quite a nice feature. You have people on there you don't want for a long time, and you have money. Why not get rid of them? Indeed. I'd like to try and get my 75% up to Barks, and then we'll get a few more of these later on, just not yet. Yes, forts. No, we'll explain that in the next episode. Don't want to give too much information too soon. We'll definitely explain that next episode. Come on. Improve relations. To get into the HRE, we need to get to 157, which we can do with an alliance. But the issue is the alliance, really, in the first place. They're already at war with the Papal State in the Papal Conquest of Ferrara. Not good. +3.5. We could bring our army maintenance down. I definitely will do at some point. I just don't want to get. I'll probably do it once I've got some more alliances on my side. Group you bad boys up, and off you go to Novgorod. So how many will that be? 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 or 15 should be enough. Seems about 75% in my head. I think we'll be good after that. Get those 3 built. Yeah, so the big aim is because we can do lots of buildings, it will massively reduce the time it takes to build things, and that's the aim really. Use that to the advantage instead. There is a patch coming out very soon. I'm trying to hold off until it came out because there are some semi-game breaking bugs in it. But one of them as well is that Diplomatic's cost is currently 10 per provincial power, or cost, as opposed to 8. So they're going to bring that down to 8 to make it a bit nicer. But there are a few game-breaking bugs when it comes to fighting, so I'm going to try not to play too much of this. I'm hoping for the next one for it to come out. They said today or tomorrow, and now I'm saying it's going to be tomorrow. So I'm hoping that will go away. There's a moose in Mansour. Loot. Shh, we'll come back to that as well. Merchants worried about lack of protection. With our focus on free trade, our merchants are concerned that they are not getting the support that we get under a more mercantilistic policy. That is why it's called free trade. It lowers 10% trade efficiency and lower 10% trade range, or lose 25 diplo power and gain mercantilism. Yeah, let's go for it. But I would then like to really get this dude here. Let's go for that. It's going to speed up us improving relations with them, I guess. And that plus 2.45, so you want this guy for prestige or stability cost. More prestige, more morale, more trade power, lower mercenary cost, better relations over time, again boost. I think prestige is probably better. Boom. How much is it going to cost us to boost this up? 100. And from that we're going to get more devotion, which we don't need. Missionary strength is nice, we get it later on. So really not particularly needed. Rule challenged. It began as it always does with rumours, gossip, and sneaked glance, filled with contempt and malice. Glances, sorry. If this challenge to Hochmeister Konrad von Elchausen's, we're going to call him Conrad from now on. Rule goes too far, and that he was not elected properly to the seat of Teutonic Order. People will no longer speak, but might try to dispose him. How did this happen? Lose 10 devotion. Thanks for that, guys. Thanks for that. Hey, Teutonic Order gets thriving shipbuilding sector. So for 10 years, lower shipbuilding cost and lower ship costs. So I think that should reduce down our costs here, which would be nice. These we could join up. And off you go to Novgorod. So we can conquer Kolberg, which we would like to do. Is that their capital? It's not their capital. Yes, we'll come back to that as well. But yes, there's something there. Brandenburg? No. Good. Good. We need some fabrications there at some point. Solidify papal relations and improve our prestige. That's not really something I can really do for a long time. Gain stability. Gain yearly papal influence or manpower recovery and yearly prestige. Defending against Aragon in the Aragonese subjugation of Navarra, and defending against England in the English reconquest of Armagnac. Oh yes, another something to mention. England and France do not start at war with each other. However, England kind of have a big kind of go for it to take back their land. So France is currently in 2 wars. With Castile. Oh, okay. Oh, I thought they were allied then. What? Navarre is allied with France and Castile. Shut up. But yeah, currently France is at war with England, Portugal. Castile and Portugal are at war with each other. Ew, that's nice. That is unusual. But yes, France is at war with England, Portugal. That's going to be nice to watch out. We'll keep an eye on that one. And I think what I'll do is see if we can get an alliance. We can. So we'll pull back and definitely get that done. And then I'll end the episode after that. And here as well. How come that jumped up so much? Opinion, common rivals, blah blah blah. Boom. Come home, let's get alliances before we get attacked. Offer an alliance, send. Offer an alliance, send. Beautiful. Right, so we've now got quite a big defensive block here. So if Poland goes toward us, Hungary and Austria together should be able to beat us as long as Austria aren't in another war. And to be fair, Austria go to a lot of wars. What? I thought you two were friends. It's still the papal conquest of Ferrara, so is you're allied with Hungary. Okay. And allied with France. That's you know, that's good. That's good. I think we're in a strongish position. The issue is Poland coming to war with us. But yes, I'll end the episode here. It's been a good 20 odd minutes. Try and keep them between 20-25 minutes or so. I'm a bit free with it depending on what's going on. But I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you guys next time. Do make sure if you do like it, subscribe, you know, thumbs up, rate it, blah blah blah. That would be lovely. And I will be seeing you guys next time, where hopefully we'll spread our lovely tinge of grey across the world. See you then. Bye bye.